Mercenaries are one of the new things added in Vessel of Hatred, and to be honest, they're not being talked about enough. Mercenaries are way stronger than a lot of people give them credit for, but not in terms of their damage. The actual power from them comes from their passives. Now, for example, we have right here, he's the very first mercenary you get. His Valiant is his base passive that just comes for free, and it makes so if you take at least 15% of your life in damage, he's going to jump over to you, he's going to knock down the enemies, and he's going to give you unstoppable for half a second. This is extremely strong and extremely good to have. His next two choices are really important. Again, don't really worry about the damage because he doesn't do a lot of damage. What's really important is the left side of the tree, you can get 15% increased armor, and the right side, you can get 15% increase to all resistances. This is going to help you to be able to push up to the higher and higher torment levels so that you can hit your armor or resistance cap, whichever you're actually lacking on. So if you're lacking on both, I'm sorry, but you might need to farm more at the actual torment level that you're at before worrying about pushing to a higher torment level. Now, the thing is, once you choose one side, you're locked into that side. Now you have to choose from the bottom row 4 passives to find one that actually works for you. If you're playing a melee and you need resistances, I would suggest you come down and grab Inspiration, because whenever he ground slams, the enemies that get hit by it take 15% increased damage. So it's just a really nice kind of damage buff for you. Now, if you're still leveling, once you unlock Mercenaries, I would highly suggest you go over and you unlock Subo first. Subo is going to be the best mercenary specifically for leveling, and to be honest, he's really good to just use for the rest of the time that you're playing the game, specifically because Seeker gives you a map pack that shows you all of the close enemies as well as the ore and herb nodes, which is why he's so strong for leveling. It shows you which packs is going to be larger, so you're going to get more experience for your time killing them, but getting the herbs specifically is going to be very important for leveling up your potion. As you're going through, the herbs, what's going to basically like gatekeep you from being able to get your potion higher, because you need a lot of angel breath, and angel breath is not a very common spawn, but if you have all the herb nodes shown on your map, you have a higher chance of actually finding them, because the angel breaths are very, very hard to see because they blend in with most environments. So Subo is actually going to make that very easy for you. Next up, Variana has a massacre bonus that basically, as you get these stacks where you're just killing mobs faster and faster, it's going to get eventually, once you hit 100 stack, give you 20% movement speed buff that stays for at least 7 seconds. As long as you keep killing mobs, you can basically keep it up infinitely until you haven't killed a mob for at least 7 seconds, and then it's going to drop the stack and you're going to be back at your base movement speed. So if you're a little slow, this helps you to move around a little bit. Again, worry about their actual passives for what you're wanting to do. Now, if you're trying to go around and blast through something like, say, Infernal Hordes, Variana's pretty good because she also has Ancient Harpoons, which is going to grip mobs to you, put them into one little tiny pile where you can just blast them down in one hit. So this is a really nice thing to have with Variana specifically. However, if you're going to be pushing higher end pits, the last mercenary is my favorite. Now, Aldkin, basically his top passive is actually beneficial and detrimental at the same time. So every once in a while, he's going to transform into a demon for 22 seconds. And while he does that, you and nearby enemies become vulnerable. So you as well become vulnerable. So you're going to take increased damage if you're actually getting hit. The other side is he has the best passives in the game, or I should say he has the best passive. So the bottom one, Condemned, makes it so you instantly kill enemies whenever they get below 40% life, so long as they're affected by Field of Languish, which he casts every 20 seconds. It lasts for 6 seconds. This is up constantly, especially if you're pushing to higher tier pits, you know, the 100+ level pits. You're not going to be killing as many elites. You're going to be killing maybe like 4 or 5 packs of actual elites, and then you're just going to be focusing mostly on killing normal mobs, because that's going to be the fastest way to fill the bar to be able to spawn the boss and go in and kill the boss, because you're not really worried about killing elites because they don't drop anything anyways. The vast majority of your bar progress is going to be coming from normal monster kills, not from elites. So once you've killed about 4 or so packs, you can ignore elites for the most part and just blast through the normal mobs. Once you get them to 40% life, they just instantly die. You'll see the word executed about 100 times on your screen if you have a large pack, and then you just move on to the next pack, and by that time it's getting up and it's ramping up and he's casting it again, and now it's on the mobs and they get below 40% life and they pop again. So if you're going to be taking this path for Aldkin, I would suggest going for Terrify. because he has a 30% chance to inflict vulnerable for 4 seconds. It's just free vulnerable, and the other option is literally a 5% chance to daze, so it's complete crap. So this would be my recommendation, is go Terrify, grab Field of Languish, and grab Condemned. It's going to be the best for pushing the high tier content of the game, specifically the pits, because you're trying to time the boss as fast as possible so that you can upgrade your glyphs all the way up to 100. That being said, you want to level all of your mercenaries up to level 10. And the reason being is they have a report tab, which basically as you're killing mobs, you can get these pale marks. But as you're going through, and every level you go through, you get 2. So you get 2, this is level 3, level 4, all the way up to level 10. And whenever you get up to here, which I believe is 10, 9, 8, whenever you get up to level 8 with each of them, it's going to allow you to have an additional legendary item on the bartering vendor, which is Feyera here in the middle. And she has all these items. Now, all the stuff that I have here, I just recently bought with these marks before actually recording this video. I probably should have waited to actually do this in the video. Sorry about that. But everything that is in my inventory came from bartering. Once in a while, you'll get a free restock. It's just nice to have. I think there's a time thing. I don't see a countdown timer on it, so I don't know what the actual timer would be. But other than that, it's 100 to restock it. I had a little over 1,000, and you got masterworking stuff, boss summoning caches, salvage materials, and augment caches, as well as I got a double greater affix pants from this vendor. So if anybody out there wants a pair of pants with greater affix dexterity and greater affix withering fist, just send me a message. My battle tag is sludgepound1611. Just add me, shoot me a message, say let me get them pants, and I'll just give them to you for free. I don't really know if these are valuable or not, and to be honest, I have just stacks and stacks of random greater affix uniques in my stash anyway, so I'm not really too concerned about this. So if you need this, let me know. I will definitely just give it to the first person who whispers me. Not a big deal. But yeah, you get all of this stuff for free. So 100% use your mercenaries. I would strongly recommend Aldkin primary with Rahir as your secondary. And for your secondary with Rahir, provoke and make it so it's whenever you get crowd controlled. A lot of the times you're going to be avoiding most crowd control, but if you do happen to get crowd controlled, he will hop in, he's going to taunt everything around you and give you a 20% damage reduction for 5 seconds. So this is huge, huge, huge to have to keep you from actually dying if you do manage to get CC'd, which doesn't happen very often, but once in a while I'll walk through those walls of wind or whatever and they freeze you. I don't know why. But an armored hide will be on cooldown, so I won't be able to get out of unstoppable, or I won't have the unstoppable available, so I won't be able to get out of it. And he will hop in, save my butt, and then I get out of the CC and just continue blasting. So that's my recommendation for you guys. And I hope this helps to clarify how you should be using your mercenaries. You're not looking for their damage. You're looking for the passive buffs that they can give. So go through each of the mercenaries, read all the passives, and decide what's going to work best for you. For me, being on a Spiritborn and doing the evade build where I'm constantly in the thick of it with the mobs, having Aldkin with Rahir is the best combo just because I'm trying to push higher and higher and higher level pits. So that is requiring me to need to kill the normal mobs extremely quickly to spawn the boss faster. All right, hope you guys have a wonderful day. If this helped at all, please drop a like. And if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe down below. I really do appreciate all the support and I hope you guys have a wonderful expansion. Bye.